Countless accomplished women who stand on their own often choose to be alone. Why do such competent women walk a path of solitude? Nietzsche once said, "Marriages don't falter because of a lack of love, but rather due to the absence of true friendship." This idea gives us a deep look into personal relationships, particularly in marriages. When we think about this in relation to a Sigma female, a woman who values her independence and authenticity, it opens up a broader, more insightful discussion. Nietzsche's words challenge the common belief that love is the sole foundation of a good marriage. He points out that apart from love and warmth, friendship is crucial for a strong, fulfilling relationship. True friendship includes mutual respect, trust, open talks, and sharing both happy and tough times. Sigma females, known for their self-reliance and search for realness, prize honest friendships. They avoid traditional roles and societal norms, seeking partners who respect and support their uniqueness. For them, Nietzsche's quote strikes a chord. They understand that while romantic love is important, it can change with time. But friendship, built on common values and deep understanding, can last and make a marriage stronger. Sigma females want real connections, but often struggle to form them in usual social settings. Their independent nature and different viewpoints can lead to clashes and misunderstandings with others who don't share their beliefs. Sigma females, known for their independence, also long for close relationships. Yet, they often feel lonely because it's hard for them to find true connections in a world that sometimes sees their self-reliance as unfriendly or arrogant. The obstacles they encounter come from a clash between their personal values and what society expects, making them feel alone and misunderstood. Today, we'll explore why Sigma females, despite their remarkable traits, often end up walking life's path by themselves. Sigma females are distinctive, with sharp minds and independent spirits. Although they cherish their individuality, they also yearn for deep bonds. We'll examine why these exceptional women frequently struggle to form lasting relationships and choose to carve out their own routes. What can we learn from women who opt for a route less typical? What influences a Sigma female to put her independence ahead of close ties? Let's dive into these questions. Number 1. Be cautious of those who come too close too soon. Sigma females act like high-tech alarm systems. They are very quick to notice anyone who tries to get too close to their personal or emotional boundaries. When they feel threatened, they instantly turn on their defenses and start asking questions. Is this a coincidence? Are they trying to trick me? What are they really after? Their sharp instincts help them figure out other people's true motives. This makes them very careful in their relationships. Imagine someone who comes on too strong, trying hard to connect with them, giving them lots of attention and offers. While many might see this as friendly, a Sigma woman, with her analyzing mind, would definitely question the real reasons for such eager behavior. Are they setting a trap for me? This doubt acts as a powerful shield. They've met too many people with secret motives, so they stay cautious until they are sure someone is truly sincere. They often keep possible friends at arm's length. It's not that they don't want friends, they just want the right kind of friends. They avoid people who are overly attached or have hidden agendas. They often check people out very carefully, sometimes too much, which might push away those who actually mean well. Their careful approach is like having an unseen barrier with crocodiles around them. Others might try to get close, but they will need to spend a lot of time and effort to show they're trustworthy. In the meantime, the Sigma woman might be happily reading a good book or plotting her next big independent project. Number 2. Family relations. Sigma females view family connections differently. In their eyes, being related by blood doesn't automatically mean someone will be loyal or supportive. They've learned through experience that sometimes family members can be more of a hindrance than a help. This has taught them to be emotionally self-sufficient and to look at relationships clearly without the bias of family ties. For Sigma females, the idea of family is complicated and not just a single, solid unit. They understand that each family member is an individual with their own goals and reasons for acting. They don't just assume that every family member will be supportive. Instead, they look at each relationship on its own to decide who they really want in their lives. Take Uncle Joe, for example. His career advice often seems like he's trying to relive his life through you, rather than genuinely caring about what you want. Sigma females are very good at noticing these small, important details and can tell when a family member's claim of wanting the best for you actually means the best for you, as long as it fits what I think is correct. This understanding makes them wary of relying on family. They'd rather handle things themselves than put up with conditional love or indirect criticism. Sigma females know very well that family issues can be really tough, sometimes even worse than what you see on TV shows. Instead of getting tangled in such drama, they choose to keep a respectful yet clear boundary. It's not that they don't care about their family, they simply prefer to stay out of the mess. They'd rather spend time in their own peaceful space than deal with the complicated dynamics of family relationships. Number 3. Sigma females steer clear of any conflict. Conflict is like an unexpected visitor who crashes a calm party, loudly and negatively taking over. While many people get caught up in the chaos, Sigma females quietly slip away, hardly noticing the uproar. They know that diving into pointless drama is a waste of energy, similar to a fruitless task. They'd rather spend their time on activities that are fruitful and positive. Instead of drowning in negativity, they choose to learn something new, improve a skill, or just relax and soak in moments of tranquility. They truly believe that focusing on their personal development is far more beneficial than getting swept up in situations that bring nothing good to their lives. They've witnessed how drama can escalate simple issues into tangled disasters. A tiny misunderstanding can explode into a dramatic scene filled with sides, deception, and over-the-top emotions. Sigma females steer clear of such drama. Their guiding principle might well be, leave the drama for someone else, because they're simply not interested. They've also observed that drama often sticks to certain individuals like moths to a light. These conflict attractors seem to bring a storm of chaos wherever they go. Sigma females have a keen ability to detect trouble from afar and will often choose a safer, albeit longer, path. They are not indifferent to others or their issues. They simply favor a straightforward and sensible way of handling life. They tackle issues head-on and calmly, rather than getting caught up in trivial disputes and drama. When they spot possible drama ahead, they swiftly determine the best way to steer clear of it, much like a ninja skillfully avoids a trap. This approach helps them maintain a life that is quite calm and free from stress, which is precisely how they prefer it. Number 4. It's okay not to have friends. Sigma females are known for their strong self-reliance and solid self-confidence, which leads them to form a few very selective friendships. They usually have a tight-knit circle of just 2 or 3 close friends whom they trust deeply. They prefer meaningful connections over having many shallow friendships, which might seem unusual to those used to more common social patterns. While some people focus on making lots of friends, Sigma females are happy being on their own. They cherish their independence and love spending time by themselves. Imagine someone who can enjoy a whole weekend alone, having the best time without anyone else around. They would rather enjoy a quiet afternoon with a book or a personal hobby than go to a busy social gathering. They're not unsociable. They just have different things they value. They draw their energy from themselves, not from being around others. While having friends is nice, for them, it's not necessary. This ability to be self-reliant might be puzzling to those who believe that happiness is closely tied to having friends. For Sigma females, happiness comes from their own successes and inner calm. They don't need a crowd around them to feel worthy or complete. Actually, the thought of having to socialize just because it's expected can be annoying to them. It's not that they don't enjoy good company, they just don't rely on it for their happiness. Some people might think this independence means Sigma females are lonely, but they view it as freedom. They avoid the drama and pressures that often come with maintaining lots of friendships. They don't need to deal with social commitments or stay updated with the latest rumors. They follow their own path, and if that means going it alone, they're fine with that. They prefer it this way and wouldn't change it. Number 5. Her reserved demeanor can seem daunting. A Sigma woman truly values her personal space. She needs her own space just as much as she needs to breathe. Solitude for her isn't about being alone. It's her safe space to refresh herself and grow as an individual. She keeps a small, close-knit group of friends and builds strong, meaningful connections. People who don't understand her might misread her quiet nature as distancing herself. But for her, it's her way of keeping her energy safe and maintaining her independence. Sigma women are often hard to get to know because they keep a lot about themselves hidden, almost like they're keeping secrets. They remind you of those intriguing movie characters with a hidden past who vanish just when you think you're starting to understand them. Meeting a Sigma woman can be as puzzling as trying to solve a Rubik's Cube without any light. Their secretive nature might make others feel like they are overstepping just by asking simple questions. So, if you ask what they like to do for fun, you might get just a slight smile and an answer that tells you nothing. It's not that they're not friendly, they're just really good at avoiding confidential inquiries. This kind of secrecy might make others uncomfortable because usually people look for a bit of friendliness to form a bond. Moreover, her quiet nature is sometimes seen as distant or snobbish, when actually a Sigma woman just cherishes her private thoughts more than casual chit-chat. It's as if there's a special private club in her mind, and only a few are allowed in. This can seem daunting and make people feel left out, leading them to pull away before they even get a chance to get near. Number 6. They don't feel a pressing need for companionship. Sigma females don't feel a strong need for friends or company, which might puzzle people who love being around others. While many are busy looking for dates online or planning meetups, Sigma females are happy doing things on their own. They're like cats in a world where everyone else seems to be a dog, content to simply relax by themselves rather than chase after every social gathering. People might misunderstand their laid-back approach to hanging out as being uninterested or aloof. However, they don't rely on others to feel complete or happy. They aren't trying to meet some social standard or fight off feelings of loneliness. They have hobbies and interests that capture their attention and bring them joy. They'd rather spend a quiet Friday night diving into a hobby or watching a series they love than engage in idle chatter at a social event. This attitude means they are very choosy about who they spend time with. They don't just hang out with anyone to pass the time. If they do choose to be with someone, it's because they truly enjoy that person's friendship, not because they're looking for a way to fill their time. Their circle of friends might be small, but it's meaningful. For Sigma females, the thought of needing friendship is almost funny. They much prefer meaningful alone time over forcing themselves into social settings that don't interest them. If that means more solo time, they're totally fine with that. To them, needing constant friendship suggests you haven't learned to appreciate time with yourself. Number 7. Deep-seated sense of solitude. Although Sigma females seem resilient and self-reliant, they often feel very lonely. This loneliness isn't about being alone physically. It's about feeling different and not understood by others. They are like unique, rare books among ordinary ones, special and valuable, yet often not recognized by many. This feeling of loneliness stems from their unique way of thinking and seeing the world. They usually discover that their thoughts and interests are very different from those of people around them. While others might be talking about the latest TV shows, Sigma females are likely thinking about deeper issues or focusing on their own projects. This gap in understanding and feeling makes it hard for them to connect with others who really get them. Even in a crowd, they can feel alone. It's not that they can't join in on everyday chats. Those chats just don't fulfill them. The light chit-chat and shallow relationships that many enjoy often make them feel more isolated. They desire meaningful and genuine exchanges, which are rare. Their sense of solitude also comes from their high expectations for relationships. They like being on their own rather than having shallow friendships. This means they might not have many friends, but the few they have are very special. However, it's not easy to make such deep friendships, which can make them feel more alone. To deal with this, Sigma females often look inward, finding comfort in their hobbies and becoming very self-reliant to keep themselves happy and engaged. Despite being good at being on their own, they still feel deeply different from others. It's a strange situation. They're okay with solitude, but they still crave meaningful relationships. Number 8. The intellectual capacity of Sigma females. Sigma females often think on a different level than others, which makes it hard for them to find friends who understand them. They are naturally curious and think deeply, setting them apart from many. For example, they might be eager to discuss complex topics like quantum physics at a social gathering, where others are talking about reality TV shows. It's not that they look down on others. They simply prefer conversations that challenge their minds, which makes casual chit-chat seem boring. Imagine trying to discuss the latest celebrity news with someone more interested in exploring how artificial intelligence affects society. It feels mismatched, like forcing a square peg into a round hole. As a result, Sigma females often find themselves out of step with those around them. When they do meet someone who can match their level of conversation, it feels like a rare and precious find. They often seem distant, not because they want to be, but because they don't want to oversimplify their thoughts just to blend in. Their keen minds quickly cut through any fakeness or superficial behavior, which limits their circle of friends even more. Not many people can keep up with such intense thinking, and that's okay for them. They would rather be alone with their thoughts than with people who don't get them. While their intelligence is a great asset, it also makes it challenging to find like-minded people. However, until they find such companions, they are quite happy in their own world of deep thoughts. Number 9. The danger of losing their sense of self. Sigma females usually know very well who they are and what's important to them. They've built a distinct and strong personality over time. Because of this, they sometimes avoid making friends who might weaken or challenge their own identity and values. Picture someone who is very clear about their principles, what they love, and their goals in life. They've invested a lot of time understanding what's most important to them and guard this personal identity closely. When they meet new people or think about new friendships, they consider if these people will match their established identity. If they think a friendship might make them change themselves or compromise their values, they might decide to stay away. For Sigma females, friendships are not just about spending time with someone. They are about forming deep connections that truly reflect their beliefs and lifestyle. If they think a potential friend could lead them away from their true self or put them in situations that clash with their values, they're likely to step back. This doesn't mean they don't like meeting new people or making friends. It just means they're choosy. They want friendships that support and strengthen their identity, not ones that make them doubt or weaken it. Keeping their strong sense of self is very important to Sigma females, so they are very careful with how they handle their face-to-face interactions to safeguard their personal ethics. Number 10. Passionate pursuit of personal and professional goals. Sigma females have a remarkable clarity about their life's objectives and a steadfast commitment to achieving them. They channel their energy and focus into realizing their aspirations, often placing these ambitions ahead of social commitments. This intense dedication to their goals might sometimes be misinterpreted as a lack of interest in others or an unwillingness to engage socially. However, this isn't the case. Sigma females are deeply driven by their visions and the desire to accomplish meaningful milestones. They derive immense satisfaction from progressing towards their targets, which they often view as a form of self-actualization and a way to fulfill their life's purpose. Their preference for pursuing these goals over participating in social activities isn't about shunning company, but about prioritizing what truly matters to them. Their ambition is not just about achieving success in the conventional sense. It's about staying true to their individual path and making significant contributions to their fields of interest. Number 11. Craving depth in dialogue and intellectual stimulation. Sigma females have an insatiable appetite for conversations that spark their intellectual curiosity and allow them to delve into complex subjects. They often find themselves disinterested in everyday small talk or idle gossip that typically fills many social interactions. Instead, they seek out discussions that are rich in substance and challenge their thinking, covering topics like existential philosophy, scientific theories, global politics, or innovative artistic movements. This thirst for meaningful dialogue makes it somewhat challenging for them to find peers who share their intellectual passions, leading them occasionally to opt for solitude rather than engage in unsatisfying conversational exchanges. When Sigma females do encounter individuals who can match their depth of thought and share their enthusiasm for profound topics, they value these relationships highly. These connections are treasured not just for the intellectual compatibility, but also for the genuine understanding and mutual respect that form the basis of truly rewarding interactions. For Sigma females, such relationships provide not just social fulfillment, but also a vital intellectual companionship that they view as essential to their well-being. To sum up, Sigma females truly stand out due to their smart independence and a distinct way of handling life that makes them different. Even though they might not make friends the usual way, their power comes from succeeding on their own conditions. Sigma females aren't lonely. They just prefer a special kind of alone time. They like spending time with their own ideas and projects more than hanging out in shallow friendships. Being independent is her strongest quality, and the way she lives shows us that being happy isn't about how many people we have around, but how well we connect with ourselves. Would you consider yourself a Sigma female? Can you relate to this portrayal? The most crucial part is that you are comfortable and joyful in your life. Stop measuring your worth by others and resist the happiness ideals pushed by society. Discover what truly makes you happy and shape a life that brings you joy. Cherish being unique and appreciate relationships that matter to you. Sigma females are intricate, filled with varied emotions and needs. Like everyone, they desire deep connections and a sense of belonging. I hope you found today's topic interesting. If you did, please hit the like button and remember to subscribe to our channel. If this message struck a chord with you, feel free to share the video with your friends. Thanks for watching. I look forward to our next session, where we'll continue to delve into the profound lessons of Stoic philosophy together. Catch you in the next video. Bye, stay blessed, and as always, until next time.